What's up, everybody? I'm back. I was out of the shop for a week on vacation. Happy to be back in here. Happy to bring you new this week. Some very interesting things have come through the shop. Two of which at the end here, they might not make it to the time this video gets aired because they're super cool. So if they're not available, I apologize for that, but I had to put them in here because they're quite interesting. Anything that you see in the video, reach out, 412-343-5299. You can email me directly. Apologies if I didn't respond to any emails. Last week I was out of the country. Not far though, just in Canada. So I was barely out of the country. But if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Summer sale still going on. 10%, 15%, 20%. As you'll see on some of the guitars, there's little tags. I'm going to show a lot of Taylor guitars, even though I'm in our Martin room. I didn't plan that out very well. Sorry, Mike Venezia, our fantastic Taylor rep. If you see this video, we filmed this in the wrong room, but the Taylor room's pretty boomy, so voice-wise, I think it'll be better, a little drier in here. But anything in the video that you see, feel free to reach out. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. Get you the max discount that we can. Like I said, up to 20% off store-wide. Select items get you that discount. Some stuff is excluded from the sale, but barely any. Free shipping. 0% interest financing depending on what you're looking at, so terms may vary on that. Pro setup on everything that we do. Trade-ins, obviously welcome too. So if you got something you want to upgrade, you want to move sideways, you want to downgrade, whatever you want to do, we'll take care of you. Just reach out. Let's get the process started. Let's get the conversation open. We can kind of go from there. All right, Taylor guitars. Interesting stuff to show you. And I got the two I was alluding to are two really interesting Fenders there at the end. Some interesting stuff going on there. I think I'm really into them. CLARO Walnut, NAMM 2024 catch event. So this is like NAMM exclusive stuff that we kind of enter a drawing. Either we get the one that's on display at the NAMM show, or we get the rights, or essentially we get in line to buy one. CLARO Walnut is absolutely beautiful. Pretty powerful sounding wood. Dense. Some of the properties of Koa, maybe even with a little extra mid-range push, but there's just different, like the frequencies are attenuated a little bit different around it, so it's really its own thing. It's just beautiful with the infinity inlays. I think they call that the infinity inlays on that, obviously with a walnut in there, and then also on the tuning machines, the Gato tuning machines with the wood peg heads. Bone bridge pins too, with red opal dots on it. Absolutely just a nice elegant touch to it. The story really is the top and the armrests and all the visual things going along with it, and it's an absolutely beautiful sounding and looking guitar. So custom shop Taylors never disappoint. Get this while you can. They don't come cheap, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show the tag. Huh? Yeah. Give us a call, 412-343. And then a sly little look from the back there, 412-343-5299. 858, right? Did I say that right? Yeah, 858 limited, so 50th anniversary, jumbo body. I say this every single time. This is my favorite body shape in the Taylor lineup. They're big and they're bulky, but they sound that way too. In a 12 string, Sitka spruce top, rosewood back and sides, 12 strings, so just tons of overtone, tons of harmonic content. I love that. I don't always love playing them, but I love the sound of a 12 string guitar, and I love it on the jumbo body. Go with the classic tone wood combination. That is a fail-safe way to fill up a room with some sound for sure. So 858, 50th anniversary. Speaking of different guitar tones, this is kind of an interesting guy here. This is 8026 CE, baritone. So B to B, you have a lower frequency range, longer scale length, Sapele back and sides, mahogany top, tons of direct, like, you know, with B to B and the thicker strings on there, it helps bringing a little bit of mid-range out, focus some of that mid-range in. You're getting that with the mahogany top. Sapele is a really nice, even sounding back and side wood. You know, the looks are subdued on this thing, but the sound is amazing. You have the ebony stripe on the pick guard too, which I think is a nice touch on that dark body as well. So baritone, Those never last really long because people are always looking for something a little bit different. And then you have a 424 with walnut and rosewood. So 424R, 424CER, so cutaway electronics, and rosewood back and size, but with the walnut top. So some of that mid-range character we talked about with the CLARO walnut, you have that, the focal point of like the frequency being like that kind of lower mid-range, and how all of those frequencies kind of start bouncing off each other there, but you accentuate that, or you pair that with the rosewood, the scooped out, you know, your rosewood kind of has your scooped out mid-range. We're adding that back in with the walnut. This thing's super dynamic, super responsive, and it's just a beautiful guitar as well. Oh, and I failed to mention here as I'm going on specs, and I'm freaking myself out that I'm not remembering the specs, and who knows, I might not be saying them accurately. These are prototype guitars. So the baritone, the walnut, and this 727E, all Koa, so 700 series, are prototypes. They're a little deeper discounted than what we normally do, and plus we can still do the 10 off on them for the summer sale. But prototypes are sometimes one-offs. They're kind of work in progresses in the Taylor factory. A lot of times Andy Powers, like the head of Taylor, has a large hand in designing these and is involved in the creation process on these because, you know, again, they're prototypes. We're such a big Taylor dealer that we get access to this stuff. We can give you guys access to it. So you get right off the top a little discount being a prototype plus an extra 10% off. Give us a call. We can work with you on it. All Koa in this body shape, the slope shoulder dread powerhouse. Not all the low end that you sometimes pull, but the mid-range push. I don't want to sound like this. I don't want to say like this doesn't have bass, but again, the frequency, the focal range of the frequencies are a little different with Koa. It looks really, really good too. There's a 3-piece back on that, satin finish on that. This is a really, really nice guitar. I love this body shape as well. As you can see the theme there, I love when Taylor gets into these bigger body shapes, the slope shoulder dread, the jumbo shape. I really, really like that. Then a T5Z, quilted maple top, quilted sapele back and, or sapele back and sides. I think it's actually a quilted sapele top on that. Sorry, I said that wrong. And I forget what they call those inlays on it. Absolutely beautiful. Also a prototype. The links on YouTube are in the description for all of this stuff. Or just give us a call, 412-343-5299. Now, two that I was alluding to at the beginning of the video that I don't think are going to last very long. American Performer Timber Series. I think we only got one in one of these. Strat style, Yosemite pickups in there, rosewood board, American made, satin finish. Interesting though, sassafras body, right? That's an interesting choice for any guitar, even acoustic, where we see it sometimes, but in electric, very, very interesting in it. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Not, I guess I would call this on the heavier side, but sassafras is a denser wood there. It's gonna, this thing sounds very, very nice. A little different, little left of center. My favorite catchphrase there for something just a little oddball. And this one here, Tele, American Performer Timber Series as well. But this has a solid spruce body in it. It's feather light. Spruce, most of the guitars we look at in this room are spruce, right? That's a spruce top. That's a common, very common wood for an acoustic guitar. So it's very nice to see that in an electric guitar. If you've talked to me recently, you know that I've been, I have something in the works personally, outside of Empire Music on the bass front with some spruce in it, which I'm super excited about. Super resonant, wide pores. You're gonna have this thing, I hadn't listened to this one. I'm assuming this thing sounds unbelievable. I'm really into exploring some of the more acoustic tone woods with electric guitars. It's an interesting thing to me. This certainly has it. I don't think these are gonna last very long. They're super cool. Kudos to Fender for doing something a little bit different. You know, last week I showed you all the Player 2 series, and they just did a little variation on the Player series. It's really nice to see them do a seismic kind of change, limited edition to their electric guitar lineup. So Taylor prototypes, great deals on that. The beautiful CLARO walnut. Any of that stuff you're interested in, give us a call, 412-343-5299. Summer sale still going on. You can save up to 20% on select items. Trade-ins welcome, all the good stuff. We'll see you next time. Thanks.